Today I'll be reading The Understanding of the Light and of the Dark Path of a Charismatic Influencer. So there's an affirmation, and some charismatics are like, I'm not doing affirmations. Well, why not? It is about you after all. The affirmation for a charismatic influencer: I am a charismatic influencer. I am bright and aware, and I choose to be true to myself. Bravo. Charismatic influencer, LightPaths. As a charismatic influencer, you influence us towards the greater good. You are an in-charge person who is inspiring. You are believable and have the gift of the gab, and are interested in and know and understand people. Your personal goals are for the greater good, and you need to be independent. Your core energy for a charismatic influencer is encouraging collaboration and influencing for the greater good. This core energy represents those positive core values deep within you that create an expansion of your energy that creates positive outcomes. Being a charismatic influencer means that you understand how to get people to work with you to achieve your intentions. Bravo, you. You are a great motivator when convincing others to work with you, and you deeply understand collaboration. That's so kind. So who am I? A sparkle SolePath. I respond to the world through my perception of how you respond to me. My sense of self is governed by my interpretation of what you think of me, what I do, and who I am. I am called to get others to work with me to achieve my intentions for the greater good. I am called to inspire others to achieve goals that will make the world a better place for us all. I live in a world of exciting possibilities and can accomplish anything that captivates my interests. When I get excited, people get excited and work with me to achieve my goals. I am always able to persuade the right people to support my intentions. I am an in-charge person who is very believable and has the gift of the gab. To some, I may seem self-centered and manipulative, as I can play any role to get what I want. I know people, I understand people, I am interested in people. I have an exceptional ability to intuitively understand others in a very short space of time. I look at others and know how they can help me achieve my intentions. I have a strong need to be independent and maintain control over my life. That's why I am better in my own business, where I can decide what I will work on rather than as an employee doing what others tell me to do. Some may feel that I have difficulty completing projects, but when I lose interest, it's impossible for me to stay involved. I also need time to make sure that I am moving in the right direction. I only feel good when I am living an authentic life in line with my strong set of values. What am I doing here? My joy comes from inspiring people to help me realize my intentions, which I believe are for the greater good of society. I have a considerable intellect that I use to influence others. I am a respected member of my community. People look up to me and seek out my opinions and my support. So, a charismatic influencer, some SolePath characteristics. Interested in people. People look up to me as a respected member of the community. Inspire others to achieve my goals. Make the world a better place. Work best when self-employed. Feel good when I am living an authentic life. Isn't that wonderful? You can hear the words in this great book that Dr. Deborah has written, how they actually do resonate with an influencer. So maybe seeing if anyone in your group or family is a charismatic influencer? Maybe just even looking at some of the characteristics of it would be great to do. Nice little project. So who is the charismatic influencer? So, of course, inherently bright and aware. You are a charismatic person who is brave, sensing, always growing, and independent. Your superpower is your sparkle. So there are special gifts for a charismatic influencer. So one is persuasive. Second one is collaborator, who has inner strength. So there are SolePath meanings for the word persuasive, collaborator, and strength for the charismatic influencer. So the first one, persuasive. Charismatic influencers influence us towards the greater good. Now, how wonderful is that? You are an in-charge person who is inspiring. You are believable and have the gift of the gab and are interested in, know, and understand people. The personal goals of the charismatic influencer are to make the world a better place, and you have a deep need to be independent and maintain control over your own life. Charismatic influencers' innate persuasive ability is an incredible life skill. Simply put, you are convincing and can inspire others to achieve your own goals. You just need to be alert to when persuasion becomes manipulation and needing to get your own way. So be aware of that. So understanding meaning of collaborator. Charismatic influencers thrive in friendships and collaborations. For you, participating in friendships with both give and take components is an important life experience. It helps you with your personal growth. Others look up to the charismatic influencer as a respected member of the community. You are attractive as you live in a world of exciting possibilities and are able to get people excited. As a charismatic influencer, you feel good when you're living an authentic life based on your strong set of values. You can accomplish anything that captivates your interest, and you need opportunities to cooperate and work with others on joint projects. You have the desire to join forces, coordinate with others, and respect the opinions of others. The meaning of strength for a charismatic influencer. Charismatic influencers are in charge people with strong personalities. You are born to be in a leadership position. You work best when self-employed and independent. Part of your life journey is learning to lead through positive collaboration rather than to lead with negative manipulation. Benjamin Franklin said that a spoonful of honey will catch more flies than a gallon of vinegar. And charismatic influencers need to be aware of this. That's wonderful. Well, we have some charismatic influencer tools, some questions that you can ask. We call them light switch questions. One is, how can we work together and collaborate? What is my intention? So those are a couple of questions that a charismatic influencer may want to ask themselves. And there is an RX, there is a prescription action that you can take to trigger your charismatic influencer. So one is be a catalyst for change. Find others to collaborate with. That would be great. Be your best influencer. So charismatic influencer in a nutshell, persuasive, collaborator, strength. Charismatic, brave, sensing, growing, independent. And one famous person who was a spectacular dancer, Patrick Swayze, was a charismatic influencer. So he chose to experience a charismatic soul path in this lifetime. Now, how lovely is that? So that's the understanding of a charismatic influencer, LightPath. There's a charismatic influencer, DarkPath. So there's light and there's dark. Going on through the charismatic influencer, DarkPath. Remembering the dark path is a mastered skill, something you are very familiar with, that has a been there, done that energy about it, and often feels unfulfilling and frustrating. Dark paths are a continuum, and you're just as likely to connect with light paths as the dark path. The dark path description gives you the full picture, but you won't necessarily be this person. Be aware of those things that occur regularly that you need to work on. So I would suggest that if you see if your dark path is a dark charismatic influencer, really encourage you to work on using the understandings of the category, which would be the understandings of charismatic, not so much living the life as a dark charismatic influencer. So as a dark charismatic influencer, you are just as likely to be persuasive, a collaborator with strength. All the same characteristics as your light paths. And as you take on the collapsing behavior, you really want to be aware of that. So who is the dark path charismatic influencer? The core energy for the dark path charismatic influencer is to be self-centered and use others as pawns to achieve my goals. Oof. Feeling that the rules don't apply to me. Kind of like thinking you're above it all. I am a manipulator and use whatever means is at my disposal to get others to do what I want. I will use emotional blackmail, deception, bullying. I don't care what it takes to get others to do my bidding. I only view them as pawns in my chess game. What can they do to help me achieve my ultimate prize? I have very loose morals and certainly don't think that the rules that others play by have anything to do with me. I don't really think that it is lying if it helps me achieve my intentions. That is just so great to be aware of. So great. There are other negative characteristics for a charismatic influencer. I have a short attention span, am impatient, and easily get irritable with those around me. I don't feel that you are my friend. When your usefulness is over, so is our relationship. Wow, eh? They sure do offer us an experience of a choice, right? Some more dark path characteristics for a charismatic influencer. Difficulty completing projects. Lying is acceptable. Short attention span. Manipulative. What can others do to help me achieve my goal? Self-centered. Only see others as pawns to achieve my goals. Use whatever means to get what I want. Wow. And there's more pieces to the dark path puzzle for a charismatic influencer. There's a dark path need. The need to get what I want, when I want it, how I want it. There is an antidote though. Be unselfish. Openly ask others what they want. Openly communicate what you want. Move out of the shadows into the light. There is dark fears that correlate with the dark charismatic influencer. I don't know the difference between right and wrong. I fear my ability to get people to do what I want them to do, my own powers of influence. I fear that I don't have honorable intentions. Dark fears to be aware of. So the dark path identity, I am too much. Dark path subconscious reaction, I always get what I want. Isn't that amazing? It does sound harsh reading some of the dark paths, but remembering it's just a life experience. It's for your soul's evolution. So when we are in the room or in the great gift of a charismatic, in any of the charismatic paths, light and dark, they are learning for themselves, and it is only about them. And they chose as a soul to come into this life at this time to experience one of the paths of a charismatic. As we did, we have our own paths. And as I say, if there's something you want to believe in you. Learn who you are so that you can make a positive and truthful difference in this world.